Now let's look at question 5, 6, 7, and 8. Without any waste of time, let's just get right on it. So question 5. Question 5 says that to make a certain drink, you need to mix 200 mils of concentrate with 1.2 liter of water. Determine the ratio of concentrate to water. Okay, so basically what we are given here, we are given a concentrate which is 20 mil, 200 mil I mean, and then we are also given water, which I will represent with W as 1.2 liter. So now they say we must determine the ratio of concentrate to water. So remember, when you determine the ratio, you must make sure that the SI units are the same. So you can either turn liters to millimeters so that you have both milliliters I mean, and then, or you can convert milliliters to liters and then you have both liters. So usually I like to work with liters. So let's convert 200 mils to liters. So how do we do that? We say 200 divided by 1000, and then the answer is 0.2 liter is to 1.2 liters. Okay, so now basically we know the ratio is what is 0 is to 2, 0.2 is to 1.2. The ratio of concentrate to water is 0.2 is to 1.2. So when we move on with the question, it says that how much concentrate you will need if you have to make up a total of 14 liters of this drink. Okay, let me just erase here. Okay, so now we have determined the ratio of a concentrate to drink. So now we basically have to determine what? We have to determine how much concentrate we will need so that we make the mixture of concentrate and water to be 14 liters. Okay, so what we do, we add the ratios and then we multiply them with what? With one ratio, and then we equate everything to the sum of everything. So basically we will say now we have 0.2 plus 1.2 multiplied by one ratio. Remember, one ratio I just represented with P1 from the previous video is all equals to 14. Okay, so now we have to add 0.2 plus 1.2. We get how much is going to be 1.4 P1 equals to 14. Then to get one ratio, you divide by 1.4, which is P1, and 1 by 4 on the other side, and then our P1, which is one ratio, it is equals to 14 divided by 1.4, which is 10. Okay, so now remember, when you get your P1, which is one ratio, it means now to get the amount of concentrate, you have to multiply whatever ratio that you have of concentrate with what? With 10, so that you get the exact amount of concentrate. And then you also do the same if you want to get the exact amount of water. You will say 10 multiplied by the ratio of water. Okay, so now the question says it only asks us how much concentrate will you need to make up the total of 14 liters of drinks. So we're only going to calculate the amount of concentrate. So the amount of concentrate, it will be how much? It will be 0, the ratio of concentrate, which is 0.2, multiplied by 1 ratio, which is 10. And therefore, it will lead us to 2 liters of concentrate. Okay. The next question is question number 6. So question number 6 says, a car traveling at a constant speed travels 90 kilometers in 50 minutes. Okay, so the reason why I always read these questions very slowly is so that I don't miss any information. So you see on this first sentence, it says that a car traveling at a constant speed. We know the speed is constant, but we are not given the amount of speed. Ne? But we are given the distance and the time. So basically we have the distance being equals to 90 kilometers. And then we also have time being equals to 50 minutes. Okay, so the question continues to say now, how far traveling at the same speed, okay, at this speed that travels how much? 90 kilometers within 50 minutes. So that constant speed, with that constant speed, how far will you get? Will the car travel in 2 hours and 25 minutes? Okay, so basically in this question, what we have to do, we have to calculate the constant speed from the first statement which is given to us to say now a constant speed travels 90 kilometers in 50 minutes. Remember, you have this diagram here, this triangle that you can actually use to determine the equation of distance, time, and speed. So at the top is D, and then you draw a line, then at the bottom is S, and then there is T. Okay, so basically with this equation, whatever that you want, you hide it. Let's say, for example, in this case, we want speed. So basically, we're going to hide speed. Okay, when you hide speed here, you hide it, you will see now speed will be equals to what? Distance over time, because you hide speed. Let me just hide speed here. Like for example, I had it with black here. So speed is equals to distance over time. Okay, so speed is equals to, okay, sorry about that. So distance, okay, speed is equals to distance over time. So we are given the distance, which is 90 kilometers, divided by time, which is 50 minutes. So our speed will be how much? 90 divided by 50, which is 1.8 kilometers per minute. Okay, so the SI units are very much important. Okay, so now we know the constant speed that this car is traveling at. It is 1.8 kilometers per minute. So with this speed that we know, the question asks again to say how far traveling at this constant speed of 1.8 kilometers per minute will the car travel in 2 hours and 25 minutes. Okay, so what you want to do here, you will want to convert your time to be in what? To be in minutes, because your speed is actually in minutes. So we will say now, okay, our time is 2 hours and 25 minutes. So remember, 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes. So that means 2 hours is going to be how much? 2 times 60, which is 120 minutes plus 25 minutes. That means the total time, it will be equals to 145 minutes, because it's going to be 60 minutes of 2 hours, which is 120 minutes plus 25 minutes. That will make up 2 hours and 25 minutes. Okay, so after we have determined this time here, then we can calculate the distance that the constant speed of 1.8 kilometers per minute can travel at how much? At the time of 2 hours and 25 minutes. So how do we determine the distance? We go to this table of ours, we hide the distance. When we hide the distance, that means it's going to be what? Speed multiplied by time. So distance is equals to speed multiplied by time. We already have the speed that is constant, which is 1.8, and this speed is in kilometers per minute, so that means the time will also have to be in minutes, which is 145. Now the distance is equals to 1.8 multiplied by 145. The answer is 2 to 1 kilometers. Okay, so now let's move to the next question. So in the next question, they say now, calculate the simple interest on 1,200 at 7% per annum for 3 years using a simple interest formula. Okay, they have already given us the simple interest formula. And then on the simple interest formula, they say P stand for what? For principal amount. A principal amount is an amount that you put in the bank so that it can grow interest. So it's the initial amount that you put in the bank so that it can gain interest. And then T represents time, and then time is represented in the number of years. And then R now here, it represents the rate of interest. And then SI will represent the simple interest. Okay. So now in our equation, we just have to substitute the information that is given to us, because we can see here we are given the principal amount of 1,200, and then we also are given a what? A rate of interest as 7% per annum, and then we are also given a time to say is how much is 3 years. So basically we'll now say we will calculate the interest that our 1.2 will earn using a simple interest method. Okay, so it will be simple interest is equals to present value multiplied by ratio multiplied by time, all over 100. Okay, so our simple interest will be how much? So the principal value is given to be 1,200 multiplied by the rate of interest, which is 7% per annum, multiplied by time, which is 3 years, all divided by 100. So the simple interest that will be earned by investing your 1,200, it will be, let's put into the calculator, 7 times 3, all divided by 100. So it's going to be 252 rands. Okay. So now let's look at the last question. So the last question says that how long will it take 6,000 invested at 6% per annum simple interest to grow up to 8,520 using the simple interest equation. Okay, so you remember the simple interest, we use it in the previous equation. Okay, so now in this case, the principal amount of hours is 6,000, and then this 6,000 it earned a certain interest, and then it became 8,520. So we want to know what interest did it earn. So how do we do that? We will say now this future value of ours, which is 8,520, subtract the principal amount, which is 6,000. It will give us the simple interest that we are looking for. The simple interest is going to be how much? It's going to be 8,520 subtract 6,000, which is going to be 2,520. Okay, so this means that when you invest 6,000 at a rate of 6% per annum simple interest, it will earn 2,520, but we don't know for how many years you will have to invest. So now we have to calculate how many years should you invest so that you can earn an interest of 2,520. Okay, so we're just going to substitute everything of ours in the equation of simple interest, which is simple interest is equals to the present value multiplied by rate multiplied by time divide by 100. Okay, so our interest is already known, we have calculated it, is 2,520, okay, which is equals to the principal amount is 6,000, and then now the ratio is 6%, but we don't know the time. We are looking for the time we need to put this money of ours, which is 6,000, so that it can earn an interest of 2,520. Everything divided by 100. So when you cross multiply, remember everything is all over 1. You cross multiply, it's going to be 2,520 multiplied by 100. Okay, let me just write it. This side is going to give us 252,000, which is equals to, now 1 multiplied by everything here, it will be everything. So now we're going to say 6,000 multiplied by 6, which gives us 36,000. 36,000 multiplied by time, and then to get time we have to divide both sides by 36,000. So we divide both sides by 36,000. Okay, so now the time that we need to invest, it will be how much? 250,000 divided by 36,000. Okay, so that means we'll have to invest for 7 years so that we can earn an interest of 2,520 for 7 years. Thank you.